Hello and thank you for your interest in my auction. Today we have my most unique Star Trek item. Some of you may recognize this, except a much smaller version. This is a desktop version of the Star Trek Genesis device as seen in Star Trek The Wrath of Khan with William Shatner. And as far as I know, there are only 8 or 10 of these ever built. This was the third example or the last example, number 10. I'm not quite sure which. As you see, it's a nice sized desktop version. Here's my hand in here for reference. When you press the button in the rear, which I'll show you shortly, the Genesis device opens up. I know the lighting is a little bright here, but you have blinking lights up here. And on the right side of the unit, you have a clock. It's a clock with a timer. It always shows the correct time. Right now it's 2:25. And down here, you may be able to see, again, it's a little too bright in here, but there's a radar section that's lit up with blue lines. It lights up here. And in case you wanted to display it, open, there's a button right under here, and that shuts off these lights, and another button, which I will show you, shuts off the panel lights. So you could leave it open like this, and it's all fine, and it still will shut down. And now I'll open it up again. So now to turn the lights back on, if you actually want to demonstrate it, you could turn these lights back on, and let me spin this around for you. And right on this control box, there's another button here, and that would turn on the display lights. Inside here are 2 9-volt batteries that are included. And behind this panel, on this side, is 1 9-volt battery, and that controls the blinking LED lights on this side. And here's the switch that actually opens and closes it. That's the neutral position to open it and to close it. And inside here is a high torque motor with gears and a real metal chain, and that's what drives it. Now, because this is pretty old, it is made out of wood. The artist made it out of wood. There has been some separation of some of the wood. I didn't want to touch it. It works perfectly, and I'll leave that up to the next collector, because this is definitely something you would want to add to your collection. But otherwise, it's a beautiful version of the actual full-size Genesis device, and actually makes very similar sound when opening it. So if you like it, bid well. As with all my auctions, this is going to be priced well below what I paid for, and I paid a lot of money to have this custom made. In fact, I've been collecting Star Trek since 1983, although this was after 1983. I've only seen one of these for sale, and that was about 20 years ago. Other than that, you may never see one of these again. So good luck to everybody, and thank you for your interest in my auctions.